Well, hello there, friends. Just wanted to come on here and wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. Well, everyone except for those that have the distinct shame of calling themselves members of Mango Mussolini's MAGA militia. You some bitches should be ashamed to even celebrate Memorial Day, seeing as how you don't stand for a single thing that the men and women who laid their lives down for this country died for. Men and women of all walks of life laid their lives down for your freedom, and how the fuck do you repay them? By defending the same damn ideologies they fought against. So yes, every single one of you ought to be fucking ashamed. Hell, let's go one step further. A lot of the men and women I am referring to come from the very same groups that the Phantom-Fascist and his followers want gone. So yeah, instead of celebrating today, I think y'all should go fuck yourselves. Preferably with something that's going to cause some form of long-term suffering. Maybe a spiked model. You know, seeing as how making folks suffer is something that seems to get y'all all excited. Now the rest of y'all go have you a wonderful Memorial Day.
Hey MAGA, did you see your Lord and Savior's Memorial Day speech today? Yeah, let me give you a little refresher about how that went.
As a linguist, translator, and cryptologic technician.
Yeah, the word he's trying to say is cryptologic, and the reason why he can't say it is because he's reading off of a teleprompter, and he can't read big words. But Biden.
The president just released a Memorial Day speech on the internet.
What did it say?
Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped radical left minds, who allowed 21 million people to illegally enter our country, many of them being criminals and the mentally insane, through an open border that only an incompetent president would approve, and through judges who are on a mission to keep murderers, drug dealers, rapists, gang members, and released prisoners from all over the world in our country so they can rob, murder, and grape again, all protected by these USA-hating judges who suffer from an ideology that is sick and very dangerous for our country.
That is possibly the worst Memorial Day speech I've ever heard in my life.
That's because he's brutally honest and tells it like it is. How do you have a problem with this one?
Do you not understand that he's purposely been dividing America this long?
What, just because he gives speeches like this every holiday? Him telling the truth is not divination.
You don't think him taking aside holiday messages to make people angry and cause division?
He doesn't want us to argue. He wants you to see what's really happening. That's the problem with half of America.
Well, the same way you're arguing for him now when I'm saying he's clearly trying to get you divided and get people to be mad at on a day we should be mourning our fallen soldiers, Marines, Navy, and Air Force.
Well, it is true in his message he said nothing about them at all. He actually dodged the military draft in the past. I still co-sign this.
What if Joe Biden said that?
If Joe Biden said it, then he would be a fraud that clearly wants to divide us because he is an evil dictator.
So how do you not see it happening right now to you?
It's too late! Project 2025!
During this Memorial Day weekend, the President Donald J. Trump, for 3 hours during a Memorial Day weekend parade, openly mocked every veteran that walked by. At one point, you can see him sticking out his hands to say hello and to shake, and then he pulls it back going, psych. He even takes dollar bills and makes it rain for women veterans as they were walking by. You can even see him pushing a guy with no legs down the street in a wheelchair as fast as he can, screaming, "I know you can't walk, but I bet you can fly." In related news, Presidents Obama and Biden got together to serve personally 25,000 different veterans, each getting their own custom meal by the presidents and a 30-day meal prep service. They also promised to come back and do private rehab for many of the soldiers, including helping them get more mobility out of their muscles and do whatever they can because they serve this great country of ours.
So instead of this man addressing the nation's fallen, he decides to post on X a gaggle fuck of bumble shit. He goes on and on and on about nothing. Just gripes, grievances, very emotional. Not one word about our fallen who sacrificed their lives for this country in order for him to be president. I'm just waiting for one of his racist cabinet members to actually tell Donald J. Trump that Memorial Day was started May 1st, 1865 to commemorate the fallen Union African-American soldiers. Give it time until he decides he wants to rename Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped radical left minds, who allowed 21 million people to illegally enter our country, many of them being criminals and the mentally insane, through an open border that only an incompetent president would approve, and through judges who were on a mission to keep gang members and release prisoners from all over the world in our country so they can rob again. All protected by these USA-hating judges who suffer from an ideology that is sick and very dangerous for our country. Hopefully, the United States Supreme Court and other good and compassionate judges throughout the land will save us from the decisions of the monsters who want our country to go to hell. But fear not. We have made great progress over the last 4 months, and America will soon be safe and great again. Again, happy Memorial Day, and God bless America.
All you MAGA people, do me a favor this Memorial Day weekend, all right? I'm gonna ease up on you. Because we're all gonna celebrate the fact that Donald Trump went off to war and fought for this country. No, wait a minute. I didn't mean that. I meant we're gonna celebrate the fact that Donald Trump has stood on stage and praised veterans and, damn it, he called them suckers and losers. Hold on a second. Let's just do this. Let's just be thankful that Donald Trump thanked every security guard and officer who defended our Capitol on January the 6th. Damn, he ain't done that either. Hold on. I'll tell you what. How about, MAGA, you do this for me? You just simply find out what a real patriot looks like for Memorial Day. Oh, one other thing. Why don't you go eat a hot dog without the bun?
On this Memorial Day, I'd like everyone to pause and remember that we are currently being led by a president who dodged the draft almost as many times as he went bankrupt, who said John McCain wasn't a hero because he was captured, who called fallen soldiers suckers and losers, who sent a treasonous mob to the Capitol to assault the very patriots who we are honoring today, who has not yet once praised the courage of the Capitol police officers who fought valiantly to ensure our nation did not fall on that day. One officer was beaten so badly that he had a heart attack. Another had a stroke and died the following day. 2 committed suicide within 8 days of the attack, 2 more within 6 months. This is a president who cared so much about their sacrifice that he pardoned the very rioters who attacked these brave men and women. This is a president who will go down in history as having represented the worst America has ever had to offer.
Well, my friends, this Memorial Day was meant to honor our fallen heroes, the brave souls who gave everything for this country. But instead, Donald Trump used it to call Democrats, quote, scum, and attack judges as, quote, monsters, and rant in all caps like a man unhinged. This is the commander-in-chief spewing hatred while gutting the Department of Veteran Affairs, slashing 83,000 jobs that serve those who wore the uniform. And he has the audacity to show his face at Arlington. Let me be clear. Donald Trump doesn't speak for America. He spits on its values. He's not honoring our troops. He's using their sacrifice as a backdrop for division, lies, and cruelty. He calls judges protecting the Constitution monsters while peddling the same dangerous lies that led to January 6th. In 2026, we send a message: enough. We will not let a man who dishonors our fallen, insults our democracy, and slashes veterans' care lead this nation a moment longer.
If you're a service member and that didn't enrage you, you are the problem, and you'll be unaliving and locking up American citizens soon. P.S. He didn't even bother to fucking mention you. This country, the person that's supposed to be running it, and roughly 42% of its citizens are an absolute fucking disgrace. Fuck you.
The MAGA movement is a disgrace to Memorial Day. Here's why. First of all, the whole No New Wars crowd seems really thrilled at the thought of Donald Trump cutting billions of dollars for things like Medicaid and food stamps while adding trillions of dollars to the Pentagon. Donald Trump claims to care about our veterans, yet the Republican Party votes against funding veterans programs every chance they get. Trump's Pentagon chief, Pete Hegseth, says women shouldn't even be serving in the military, which is complete disrespect to all the brave women who have served this country and put their lives on the line for this country. I bet a lot of Trump supporters don't even realize that there are women serving in the military. They probably don't realize there are trans people serving in the military, and they have made a huge sacrifice for their country too, only to be disrespected by the MAGA regime. And I've had a lot of Trump supporters tell me that I'm not a patriot because I criticize our government. No, a real patriot is willing to use their First Amendment rights to speak out against their country. That's what we get as Americans. Being a patriot doesn't mean blindly worshiping Donald Trump and however he wants to spend your taxpayer dollars on endless wars.